Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Ed, John, and I tackle the important issues, Starbucks and tarantulas. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live at our new time slot on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right. We are back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with my my guest co-host for the week, which is actually just my guest for the week because I haven't had another guest, and it's all that we need. Ed John.
What's up?
Is in, the magnificent Ed John is in with his on-air magic.
For my next trick.
And we're still stuck on a spider burger.
A tarantula burger.
Tarantula, but not just your regular, not just your average spider.
No.
A big hairy-legged tarantula burger. And my guess is, from looking at I looked at the picture when that came with this article, and it served the burger open-faced, so the top bun was off with all the, lettuce, tomato, whatever, scorpions, whatever on this side.
Yeah.
And the tarantula was actually baked as a full tarantula, sitting right on top of the burger. So you'd have to put the top bun on, squish your tarantula down, which I'd imagine it's baked. There's going to be a little crunch to it.
There's going to be a crunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, the legs are kind of thin anyway. Could you just break them off and eat them like fries?
I can't wrap my mind around
what would possess someone to do that.
Like, a tarantula's like the king of the spider jungle. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the top of the... spider
the arachnid
food
chain.
Yeah. That's
speechless.
It's a strange world we live in, Ed. Did we?
Yeah. I can't. That's like saying I want some Kool-Aid and I want something to drink, but I want a piranha in there.
Makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
As long as the piranha isn't alive. You don't want a live piranha in your Kool-Aid.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. I don't know, how do piranhas handle sugar? Can they digest?
Probably get a little hyper.
Probably. You're right.
Yeah. I don't know. That should be an experiment. We should do that weekend. Go find a piranha and just get them all hyped up on sugar.
I'm going to find a tarantula and I'm going to throw it on this burger because, like.
Right. Because you look at it and say, man, that thing's creepy.
Right.
How would that be on a burger?
Right.
Yeah.
And there's an untapped market in these tarantulas. I don't understand it.
Yeah, there are stupid white kids that would eat this thing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Which you would think, if you're going to make anything like that, any little crawly thing into a meal, you would find a way to do it with cockroaches because they're plentiful and they can survive anything. So after the end of days, we will still have a food source.
True. Yeah.
And we've gotten the jump on it to figure out what tastes good earlier.
So you know what's crazy? You're talking about end of days. I was watching a documentary on Netflix, and
which that was supposed to be like yesterday, wasn't it?
What?
The end of the world again.
Was it?
Was it yesterday? I can't remember for sure. It might be tomorrow for all.
Could be.
I know it's coming
whatever
up again.
Day Trump's like, hey, we're done here.
Yeah.
I had my burger with my tarantula.
Let's see. When are the talks with North Korea?
Yeah. We're done. But no, I was watching a documentary and it was talking about like millions of years ago when there were a lot more trees, right?
Right.
And there was more ozone. So there used to be a lot more oxygen on the planet. So insects were like 10 times bigger than they are now.
Right.
Like mosquitoes were the size of like birds.
Which they still are in Florida.
Okay. So imagine what a tarantula looked like years ago.
Yeah. Like a Labrador.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. A tarantula doodle. That's what
It sounds cute.
Yeah, it sounds adorable. I want a tarantula doodle. Have this little puppy with 8 legs
and fangs.
Yeah, what the heck is that? That's my tarantula doodle.
I can't. Oh, spider. Yeah, that's gonna have me like mentally screwed up all day.
Glad I could help. With that. Do we want to move on? Are there other news stories?
Like if you get sick and you have to go to the doctor and they're like, "What have you eaten in the last like week or so? Anything abnormal?" I had a burger.
Anything weird about this burger? Tasted all right.
Well, we took an X-ray of your stomach.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We got to move on because I'm perplexed over this.
Okay. Now, I had mentioned Starbucks. We don't want to talk about that. But.
Starbucks. Yo, okay, I did some research on Starbucks
Okay.
just because it's what I do, right? And so you go to the corporate site and you go to like worldwide locations, right? So you can find stores anywhere in the world.
I think I saw your post.
You saw my post on that?
You're going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They got like 5 Starbucks on the continent of Africa.
Which is a very large continent.
Second largest continent.
Yeah.
Second largest continent in the world, right? South Africa and Egypt. One of my buddies goes, well, actually,
they
Egypt.
They probably have more than 5 Starbucks in Antarctica.
Right. That
Go
part.
ahead.
That part. Right. Like in Africa. And then my buddy goes, oh, well, actually, there's a lot of Starbucks in Egypt. And I was like, no one thinks Africa when they think Egypt. You know?
It is part of the African continent.
I mean, but you've never seen that commercial and they're like, hey, for 35 cents a day, you can save a starving Egyptian. Ain't no Egyptian starving.
Good point, yeah.
I ain't ever seen a malnourished Egyptian. Like
that's an
Pharaoh had food.
That's hilarious. Well, the Nile Delta is very plush.
You know, I was like, yo, Egypt, no one ever goes, yo, welcome to Egypt, Africa.
Yeah.
No.
You make an excellent point.
Come on, man.
So other than Egypt,
that was his rebuttal.
5 Starbucks.
That was his rebuttal.
Right.
Is that, they have, Egypt actually has a lot of, I was like, dude, what are you talking about? That's not my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never hear an Egyptian refer to themselves as African either.
Facts.
They're Egyptian.
Facts. Facts.
Oh, that's funny. So where are these
South
Africans?
Africa?
All inside. All
South
5
Africa?
of them. All 5
South
of them.
Africa?
Now,
So, there are 54 countries on the continent of Africa. 54 countries, and only 2 have Starbucks. 2.
Oh, so there are 2 that have Starbucks.
I mean
What's the other
Egypt.
one?
Egypt. If you go, but
yeah.
we're not counting.
Yeah,
we're not counting Egypt.
Not counting Egypt.
Not counting because Starbucks was like, let's go around Egypt. And
so
south.
there's where would you go to get a good cup of coffee in the Congo?
Drums.
Hey, coffee. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Mocha. I want to do.
See, you're making a commercial for a Starbucks in the Congo, the Republic of
Mocha caca. Yeah. So that's Starbucks in Africa. I need to write a note down. Starbucks in Africa.
So they're all in South Africa, which is
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which is
Yep.
We know about South Africa. So yeah, that's
crazy.
Which is actually more like South Netherlands or
Yeah. Well, it's a colony. It's a British colony still, right?
I don't think it was a Brit. I think it was Dutch.
Okay,
Dutch colony.
Okay,
because they're Boers.
Okay,
the Dutch South African.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But yeah, he said Egypt. I was like, okay, dude, we're stretching.
Yeah,
we're stretching.
That's Middle East.
We're
that's
stretching.
Not Africa.
Right?
That's
No, and that's what on their corporate website. That's what they have it labeled as Middle East. And
so even Starbucks doesn't recognize Egypt
Africa.
as a part of Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's on the corporate website. So I don't care what they say. I don't care what the CEO says. His website says a totally different thing. But yeah. I'm just bored one day and I was looking at the Starbucks corporate website.
Yeah, let's see if this let's see how racist they really
let's
are.
dig into it. Let's dig into it. Strategically on a let's dig into it.
Because we had gotten into a discussion about that and the people sitting in the which is the manager called the police on 2 black men that were sitting because they were waiting on someone and hadn't ordered. And somebody had the rebuttal, well, they were sitting there and didn't order. It's like, well, when you go to a restaurant and you're waiting for someone else to show up, do you go ahead and eat while you're waiting?
Great point,
no,
Don.
You sit and wait to order.
Great point. And then Starbucks, closed like 8,000 something stores to have a day to teach their employees how to treat minorities. So you didn't hire them and say, do you know how to treat minorities?
Yeah, you didn't. That wasn't a criteria when they first came on.
How do you
like,
feel?
We got caught.
So we're going to train you guys today on how to treat people.
Yeah, you've been with a company for 18 years.
You're a great asset to the company. Great. Doing great work.
Yeah, but hey, black people don't like you.
They don't. They don't.
Oh,
because somebody called the cops. And how do the cops know who to target when they walk into the store? Somebody said they're either African American, they're minorities, or they're blacks.
Well, the cops probably said that as soon as they got caught.
That part.
Sad but true, though.
Sad but true.
But I've boycotted Starbucks for years because their coffee's crap. So now I don't really have to worry about
Starbucks.
Do you?
They got me a little bit.
What a quandary.
They got me a little bit. Like, if I go to Africa, I'm going to Egypt or South Africa.
Yeah.
You know? But
I wouldn't recommend South Africa. I think they still got some issues down there.
Yeah, Africa, period, has issues, man. Africa.
Yeah. Well, or you could go open up the first Starbucks in the Congo.
I could. Yes.
Do we want to hit another news story?
Let's go. Let's do it.
This is a fun show.
Let's do it. It is. It is.
All kinds of stuff going on. When Fabiana Lefleur decided to make her own bikini, she hopped right to it, which makes sense since she used frogs as the material.
Oh, God. What?
The 28-year-old Lefleur lives in Henderson, Louisiana, and grew up hunting and fishing around the bayou. Her father taught her not to waste anything from an animal. She told local station KLFY-TV, "When my father took a deer, he always made a point to use every part that he could, not only eating the meat, but also tanning the hide, sometimes even carving bones into knife handles." She recently decided to apply her father's advice to amphibians. After removing the meat for a meal, she sewed the animals together into an eye-catching swimsuit.
She was like, something about this frog skin is going to make my ass look great. My ass in this.
Hey, this frog lives and separates.
Toad?
Fantastic.
You know what kind of seacoast I'm going to get from this toad?
Oh,
but
you get camel toad. Yeah.
What kind of material?
Yeah. Wow, that's slick. Would she move through the water
I've never felt anything
faster?
like this.
Yeah.
So it was a frog and not a toad? Because
it was a frog. Yes,
okay, it was a frog. But I kind of agree with what she's talking about, though, because like you use all the animals, so it's not
right.
waste.
You should.
So the circle of life kind of continues.
Of all things, a bikini made of frog.
Yeah. So she's taking that to the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wondered, just because frogs got that long
frogs are
tongue,
hairy.
is that what you use for the what?
Frogs are hairy, though. Don't they have hair on them?
I never met a hairy frog.
I think they do. I think they're kind of like hairy.
Not really, no.
No?
I mean, I don't know that frogs have hair because hair is a mammal thing and frogs are amphibians.
Yeah, true. But reptiles. Are they reptiles or amphibians?
They're amphibians, yeah.
Okay.
But the frogs, I've skinned frogs before because frog legs actually pretty good.
I gotta see what this girl looks like.
I would imagine
in that bikini. Because that's a one-on-one.
She lives in the Louisiana bayou.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
And wears a frog bikini.
Yeah.
don't know if I'd want to see what she looked like. She could. I mean, she could be gorgeous.
Right.
She could also
right.
not.
Right.
Because we'll move on.
Yeah.
What a ratty thing to do, blaming mice for 1,000 pounds of missing marijuana. That's the dubious excuse 8 police officers in Pilar, Argentina, gave after a half-ton of pot disappeared from a police warehouse. About 13,000 pounds of bud were supposed to be in storage, but the recent police inspection revealed 1,000 pounds were missing, according to The Guardian. Javier Specia, the city's former police commissioner, was ordered to explain the shortfall to a judge. He and 3 subordinates told the skeptical jurists the missing marijuana must have been eaten by mice. Experts, however, sent the theory up in smoke, saying rodents wouldn't confuse marijuana with food. In the off chance they did, the mice would likely have died from the dope, and investigators would have found cannabis-laden corpses.
Right.
Which I really don't think you can die from eating too much marijuana.
You can't. Right. Right. That's like too much.
Even if you're a mouse, you're just going to have a hell of a time.
Because it's a plant. It's like eating too much kale. Like,
right. Which, I mean, that would kill me. Eating too much kale. I think eating kale in general.
What happened to these cops? They all retired? Because they stole a half ton of
because they stole a half ton of weed and they sold it off and retired. So,
what is it with animals today?
They ended up busted.
What is it with animals? We got mice who are getting high.
Tarantula burgers,
we got
high mice, and
decorating asses.
Yeah.
And tarantulas on the sandwiches.
Yeah, that's
What's the next story, Don?
You're on to the next story already. We're just skipping right over the.
I mean, we can talk about the weed infested mice if you want to.
We'll move on. Let's see.
They're eating all the snacks. They're in a bag of chips. It's safe wherever they are.
Michigan gym patron looking for a Wi-Fi connection found one named Remote Detonator, prompting an evacuation and precautionary search of the facility by a bomb-sniffing dog. The Saginaw News reports nothing was found in the search Sunday at Planet Fitness in Saginaw Township.
Planet Fitness.
About 85 miles northwest of Detroit. Saginaw Township Police Chief Donald Pessell, I'm not going to say it, says...
Let's go.
Pussehl. Yeah, says the patron brought the Wi-Fi connection's name to the attention of the manager, who evacuated the building and called police. The gym was closed for about 3 hours as police responded. 3 hours as they responded, or 3 hours after they got there?
After they got there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's
yeah.
Pussell says that's as close as I can come to that name. Says there's, quote, no crime or threat, so no charges are expected. He notes people often have odd names for Wi-Fi connections. Planet Fitness says the manager was following company procedure for when there's suspicion about a safety issue. So I guess be careful what you name your Wi-Fi connections.
Yeah,
because
and they're
remote detonator.
That's clever though. That's some jerk was like, watch this.
Yeah, it's funny.
Watch this.
It is funny.
Yeah, but some nerd was like,
yeah,
today at 3:00 TikTok.
We're going to close down the Planet Fitness. Ha ha, you bunch of jocks.
So if the Wi-Fi connection had that name, right, there was somebody there with the Wi-Fi. Like, somebody who was evacuated had the Wi-Fi. It was there.
Yeah.
They were present.
Because the Wi-Fi, there's either a connection nearby.
Right.
And like in one of the offices or whatever's around that Planet Fitness, there's one that they would be able to find out whose it was, or somebody's hotspot. So yeah, it was either somebody nearby that was playing a joke or somebody in the building.
Clever.
Yeah, I think it's
clever.
funny. I think it's hilarious.
Yep.
I don't think you should ever do that, like in here, because
not a school.
Yeah, this is a school.
Yeah, this is
and that would really set a lot of people off.
A lot of people.
And there would. See, I'm surprised there weren't any charges on that because
Nah, no charges.
Even though it was just a silly name. Should we take a break? Yeah, I think we should take a little break. Take a little half-hour break. Take a break for a half hour. Take a break at the half hour.
Let's do it.
Just because.
Let's do it.
Sitting in here on the Life Radio Show with Ed John. Let me see what kind of music we can come up with.
Let's see what we're doing.
This next one. Let's see what we got. How about
The look on your face.
how about a little Potter's Field?
I haven't heard Potter's Field in a while, man. Let's do it.
All right. We will be back here shortly. Be sure to stay tuned.
they say, see a broad to get that booty yak 'em, leg her down and smack 'em, yak 'em. Cole got to be. Yo, shit.
All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. Purveyors of fine frog bikinis.
Don't do it, Don. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Ed had to look up the picture of this Fabiana. What was her name?
Which sounds like a very attractive name.
It does. It does. Where did it go? Where did it go? I lost my frog boobs. Fabiana Lafleur. Which it does sound like a very
French,
and she was
Louisiana.
it was those Louisiana
Creole.
Bayou.
Yep.
She was attractive, but actually looked like had frogs.
She was wearing frogs.
She was wearing frogs.
No
it wasn't
frog
like
skin.
frog skin
No.
that you took out and sewed. It was
Frogs.
like frogs.
Kermit.
It looks like she just tied their feet together.
That's what she did. And she was like, yeah, you know what? This is a new look
Yep.
in the streets.
Because it didn't even look like they were skinned. It looked like it still had the meat.
Dude, they were frogs.
Yeah, they were frogs. It's okay,
They
Ed.
were frogs.
I've always wanted to hold up boobies. It's not easy being green. Yes, they were actually
It's
frogs.
a whole
They were like
frog.
frog pasty.
A whole frog.
Yes, it was a sight to see.
And she's got red hair, fire red hair.
Yes.
Like, dyed it.
It was red and green, so it's
She's
like Christmas.
she's like, I got to dye it because
Yeah.
I need to bring more
Right.
attention to me.
Right. The
Because these
frogs-
frogs on
yeah,
my
the
chest,
frogs.
not doing it.
I kind of want to I want people to look at me. I want people to see me for who I am, not the frogs on my boobs. That's really.
You are crazy is what you are. Like, you are crazy.
Yep. See, I told you, it was a lot of fun off the air because we could actually say what we were thinking.
You're right.
Now, FCC.
Won't let me be or let me be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the bad thing about the FCC. They shouldn't be so hard on us because they have the F word and 2 C words in their name. So, anyway.
Let's go.
A memorial in a remote corner of Massachusetts that marks a 1969 UFO sighting has been ordered moved, but one man who experienced a close encounter is objecting. The 5,000-pound memorial in Sheffield was installed in 2015, but was moved about 30 feet a few weeks later when it was discovered it was on town land. Now town administrator Rhonda LaBombard, really? That's a great name.
It is.
Tells the Berkshire Eagle it has to be moved again because it's on a town right-of-way easement. That's not sitting well with Tom Reed. He was 9 when he, his mother, grandmother, and brother saw what he described as a self-contained glow that flooded their car with an amber light. About 40 people in several surrounding towns reported the strange light. Reed is threatening legal action because they're moving his UFO memorial. Apparently it's his. No, it's not his. Well, it could be. It didn't say. He said it wasn't sitting well with him that they were trying to move it, but it never said it was his. Just that he was fighting the moving of the UFO memorial. You all right, Ed?
These white people. Go ahead. No, I'm getting the white people alert going off in my head about his statue. Yeah.
So they already had to move it once because it was on town property. Now it's not on town property, but it's on a town easement.
Okay.
Which is property that they have the right to use.
Yeah.
So now,
in which they didn't need to use ever since 1969.
Well, no, it was only put up in 2015.
Okay, in 2015.
So after, 30, 40 years, 46 years, whatever, somebody finally looked around and said, you know what? We need a memorial.
It's something
because
missing.
people are forgetting that there's aliens
that this happened.
We're here. So, yeah. And then it was moved 30 more feet as soon as they put it up. So why not just move it again? I mean, there's really
story, Don.
Why the big fuss, Tom, to have to move this? Why the big fuss to threaten legal action?
Legal action,
right? About moving it.
About moving a statue
that's only been there for a little while,
and they're moving it. They're not destroying it. They're just moving it, right? They're moving the statue.
They're just moving it. They just want to move it off of the town easement.
I got nothing.
Yeah. It's a government. That's a government for you. Always moving my UFO statues.
I got nothing.
There you go. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else. There's some dumb stuff in here, I'm sure. I mean, some great stuff that we have to talk about.
Great stuff.
We'll just go on with the next one. And if Henry David Thoreau were alive today, he might retitle his most famous work On Golden Pond.
Okay.
And he would be, we're not allowed to say that word on the air, so he would be very angry.
Henry David Thoreau.
That's because Walden Pond, the once pristine jewel that inspired the American naturalist and philosopher in the mid-1800s, has been befouled by generations of swimmers urinating in the water, according to a new study. So much so that it's wrecking the ecosystem and devastating the fish population of the pond some 25 miles west of Boston that Thoreau immortalized in his best-known work, Walden, or Life in the Woods. A researcher at Paul Smith's College in the Adirondacks, Dr. J. Kurt Stager, and his co-authors warned, quote, "These findings suggest that although mitigation efforts have curtailed anthropogenic nutrient inputs,"
Yeah.
great way to say pee.
Yeah.
They have curtailed the inputs to Walden Pond. The lake has not returned to the pre-impact condition described by Henry David Thoreau and may become increasingly vulnerable to further changes in water quality in a warmer and possibly wetter future.
Okay, so let's just ignore the fact that people were probably urinating in this pond before Thoreau wrote about it, number one.
Right. He probably did himself.
He probably did.
Probably
yes.
from a canoe.
He was like, this is going to be my trick on humanity. I'm going to write about this pond and make it illustrious,
Yeah.
And it's, that's
And
stupid.
then I'm just going to pee on it.
That's stupid. So what happens? So many people are urinating in this pond,
It's destroying the ecosystem.
which I kind of don't believe. I don't believe that people taking a leak in a pond can destroy.
There would have to be a lot of people.
That would be a lot.
Yeah.
That would be a lot. And so it's a pond, so there's not running water, which
Right,
the water
it's a
goes
pond,
somewhere.
So, it gets absorbed.
Yeah.
And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just stagnates.
Yeah.
Just a stagnant pee pool
Yeah.
where, don't pee in the pool.
Don't pee in the pool.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Don't pee in the pool.
And this is actually, we're going to have to blame Thoreau for some of this. Because he made the pond popular.
He did?
He made people want to go see it. So now it's befouled by
That's
urine.
These stories getting to me, Don. They're getting weirder and weirder.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Is that a white person problem, peeing in the pool? Is that
I mean,
okay?
I don't want to take it there. I don't want to take it
Okay.
there, but it is.
Okay,
That's a
okay.
white
I didn't.
person
Yeah.
problem. That's a problem.
Hey, at least it wasn't a spider on a burger this time. So
Yeah.
or frog boobs.
Where are all these stories coming from the same source?
No, I look around.
Okay. You diversify. Okay,
Yeah, I do.
You diversify.
You can't have everything from
You're
the
right.
same
You're right.
sources,
You're right.
Ed.
You're right.
And I'm not allowed to divulge my sources.
Okay, understood.
That's
understood. Or they won't be
That's
sources.
journalistic integrity.
Gotcha.
Because
tell you my sources,
if the
they're no
live
longer
radio
sources.
show is known for anything, it's known for journalistic integrity. And I'm not going to damage
On
that
voicing the
by
views.
divulging my sources.
Respect. Hashtag respect. Professionalism at its finest.
Exactly.
At its finest.
Because this is definitely the show for professional journalism.
Weren't y'all getting censored last week?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
I would say yes, but all that was cut out. So, a California city is under siege from tumbleweeds. Victorville, located 60 miles northeast of Los Angeles, has been invaded by the wind-blown objects. Footage shows the weeds tumbling down the streets and stacking up against homes, forming two-story mounds that block some residents inside. Many had to call 911 for help. City spokeswoman Sue Jones says, quote, we're not exactly sure how many homes are affected, but we're estimating about 100 to 150 homes in the area. The city's code enforcement has dispatched trucks to haul away the tumbleweeds, but it seems like every time real estate broker Brian Bagwell told the Washington Post, it seems like every time we get the tumbleweeds cleared up, the wind blows and blows them right back again.
Like leaves.
It's a nasty nightmare.
Like
yes,
leaves.
Like leaves. Only apparently big weeds, leaves, and enough to block people in their home.
So where are the weeds coming from is my question.
They just blow across the land.
In the same freaking pattern.
Pretty much, yeah. Into the same town over
Into
and
the
over
same
again.
town, to the same
Till it
house.
stacks up and blocks people in their houses, and they don't think, well, maybe we should move.
Right.
Clearly something doesn't want us here. Yep,
Right.
it's the tumbleweeds.
Or put up a fence.
Or
Or put up a fence.
that would make
Fence.
way too much sense.
A fence.
Yes.
I don't know, Don. They're getting.
Or just
I don't. Tumbleweeds
just
are a
put
problem.
up, build a wall.
Build a
like,
wall.
You know, like Trump was going to do. Build a wall. In a big V shape.
Yep. And they
You
tell
know,
them
on the wind side, and it'll just blow right around.
blow straight through. Yeah,
That's all you got to do. See, we solved their problems.
we did.
Yeah. We just
Like a boss.
That's just like solving any other problem. Just build a wall.
Just break
That'll
it down
solve-
to the fundamental
solve
level.
any problem you
Yep.
need.
Keep it out. Keep it out.
So yeah, that's
Tumbleweeds.
yeah. Have you ever been out west?
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
I get it.
they're out there. I see them a little bit, but I've never seen like that
No,
quantity.
I saw him. I was in Texas for about 3 years, and I would see him blow across the road. First time I really saw him. Actually, I saw y'all Roadrunner. You know, the Roadrunner
Yes.
is a real thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
I've seen it.
Geococcus californicus, I think it's a
I don't
scientific
think we
name.
can say that on the.
Oh no, it's a scientific name. I broke
know,
it
I'm
down.
just kidding.
I broke it down.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But yeah,
you're
they would
good.
run up
So
under
you
your car.
actually memorized the you had that information in your head, the scientific name of the Roadrunner.
Yeah, because I saw one day and I was like, "What is this?" It looked like a turkey with no
Yeah.
feathers and skin.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. And it was running under my car. And I was parked at a stoplight one day, and one just ran out across the street. And I was like, "That was a Roadrunner." That was a Roadrunner.
Chupacabra.
I heard
It-
beep beep.
Meep, meep.
Yeah, and it was gone. I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow."
And there was a coyote right behind it.
Yeah, with a rocket
With
tied
a-
to his tail. Tied to his tail. Yeah, and a caption popping up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for
holding a
stopping at the
sign
light.
that said "Yikes."
Thanks for stopping at the light. Appreciate it, player.
Yeah.
And then just, yeah.
Did you say the coyote said "Appreciate it, playa"?
Yeah.
That
On the sign.
That
It was
sounds like
appreciate
him.
it, player.
That's-
Yep. Gone.
That's
I was like,
that's
dude,
awesome.
you're never going to
No,
catch
I spent some time out west, out in where was it? Las Cruces, New Mexico.
it. Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. My ex-wife was out there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where they have all the vampire movies. John Carpenter. And he
Yeah,
does a
yeah,
lot
I
of
think
movies
out
like
there, yeah, which
Yeah.
Las Cruces, the crosses.
Yep. See?
There you go. We're there, man. All right, moving on.
Let's go.
An airman in the Tennessee National Guard has been removed from her position and is facing administrative action after she appeared to use a dinosaur hand puppet to take her reenlistment oath. Master Sergeant Robin Brown, a senior non-commissioned officer with the Tennessee Joint Public Affairs Office, appeared to reenlist Friday for the Guard by holding a dinosaur puppet in her right hand as she took the oath. The video of the oath has been viewed more than 2 million times, according to Stars and Stripes. The ceremony was reportedly not an official enlistment, just something Brown created for her children, according to the Air Force Times, which pointed out that in a screenshot of a conversation on an Air Force Facebook forum, someone claiming to be from the Tennessee Military Department said it was, quote, not an official reenlistment. So if it's not an official reenlistment,
Why do
what's
we
the
care?
big deal? You know?
Right.
Why is it a problem? I guess it's just they just want to make a stink about something.
Well, that's being prior military. That's one of the things I kind of harp on is that why is she getting in trouble for expressing her freedom? You know what I mean? To make this photo.
Yeah, that they fight for. in the
Yeah,
military.
that they fight for.
And,
yeah. And she's in the Guard, so if anybody's a point, she's going to be one of the first.
Yeah.
But she can't take this photo any way she wants to take it.
Exactly. That's always that's one of the reasons I was never cut out for military.
It's like those
Because
who
I'm too
defend-
mouthy and I wouldn't make it.
But see, you would. It's always those who like defend freedom who have the least amount of freedom. You know what I mean?
That seems to be that seems to be the thing.
Yep. Because you're going into the service, which makes you a servant.
Yep.
You know? Stupid. But anyway, I could harp all day on that, but yeah, that's funny. I think I saw that photo where she had the dinosaur.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, the master sergeant probably got in trouble too.
Yep. Well, she was the master sergeant.
Oh.
Yeah.
But whoever was doing her reenlistment had to outrank her.
That's true. So yeah. It wasn't an official reenlistment. So there was just a video she made for her kids, and apparently you can't do that.
Can't do that. Can't do anything
And
for your kids.
Yeah. Can't. Well, no.
Can't do anything for your kids at all. Yep.
Oh, okay. We'll move on to something more exciting. Dortmund, Germany, has been maybe ground zero for the next sexual revolution.
For the next what?
For the next sexual revolution.
Okay.
Thanks to the world's first brothel showcasing silicone sex dolls. Called Bordal.
It was bound to happen.
The brothel opened last year to Johns wanting to enjoy the charms of one or more of the establishment's 13 female sex dolls and one male doll. Each session with the doll costs around $101 per hour. And owner Evelyn Schwartz says each doll is booked to, quote, work 12 sessions a day, according to the Metro. Schwartz purchased her silicone working girls from Asia for around $2,538 each. Each plastic prostitute is a different size with different hair color and breast sizes. Since opening the brothel doors, Schwartz said men all over Germany have patronized the establishment and claims 70% have come back. Quote, for many, it's not a fetish, but more of a curiosity, she said. So, I have some questions.
Let's hear them.
How well do they clean them?
How well? That's what's going through my head.
Exactly, because there are only 13 females and one male.
Yeah.
How often?
And they work 12-hour shifts?
They work, well, it's $101 an hour, and they each work, 12 shifts? 12
shifts a day?
12 sessions.
12 sessions.
So I guess
at an hour apiece?
However long a session is, yes.
So first of all, they pay for themselves in 2 days.
Exactly. That's fantastic.
So her profit margin is like out there.
Oh, yeah. She's making a killing because...
out there.
Yeah.
And then they got to clean them. You're right. Like,
oh, yeah. You would have to... I don't know if I could do it. They would really have to be scoured well. I'd have to bring...
Who's cleaning them?
Yeah. She would have to employ somebody to really do a deep cleaning on these things.
Deep...
Yeah. Because, I mean, you're going to want, if you're going to use, because, I mean, who wants a used sex toy? Nobody. And that's basically what this is. Well, not basically. That is what this is. If you're not one of the first customers.
Yeah.
If you're not one of the first 14 customers.
Yep.
You're getting a used toy.
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah. Yep. Goes the same for, it goes the same for sex dolls as it does humans.
Yeah.
So,
that's gross.
That is. It's disgusting.
Because now you got to have, it's a brothel. Well, I mean, but Germany is more like lax on some of the like entertainment issues though. But
well, I mean, technically it's not prostitution.
No.
You're just using the same toy.
Yeah.
It's like
you're using the same toy over and over again.
Right.
And she's running a business, so she's probably
right. Yeah, it's like opening a gym.
But
you know, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, nobody cleans their equipment there either, which is disgusting. But it's like
gross. That's gross.
It's like opening a gym because you just have equipment in there that people pay money to go in and use. So that's if that's prostitution, then so is my gym membership.
Yeah, but you're talking in a gym. You're talking about the only like fluids like being exchanged or like sweat.
You're hoping.
But when you go to this brothel, you know.
Oh yeah, you know for sure that there's some
That's gross.
So yeah, let's hope
gross.
they clean their equipment better than they do at the gym.
But that's the downside to the sex robots though. Like they can't clean themselves. Like a human being can clean themselves. Hopefully, you know what I mean. But
and these aren't even robots.
What are they?
So they're
dolls.
Just dolls. Yeah. $2,500 for a sex doll. That that's yeah.
Yep.
Say it, Ed. You know you wanna.
This is weird, dude. This is, and people are paying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're $101 an hour.
Wow.
That's I guess because it's legal. They can't call it prostitution.
You can't. But what are you doing with a sex doll for an hour?
Talking about your feelings.
An hour.
No, yeah. I'd imagine that's the. Does anybody go in for an hour?
I mean, that's
because it's not like you. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Can
Speechless.
I
got nothing.
Is it rent to own? Is you get? Yeah, that's the next thing. Is rent to own sex dolls. That's
robots. The robots, I think, would go there. The robots.
Yeah, the
you
robots.
can take the robots
that would
there.
be. That would be a little different. But I still.
But it's disgusting.
It's still
who's cleaning
disgusting
the robot?
because somebody's got to clean it.
Who's cleaning the
Yeah.
robot?
Right.
They got to have like self-cleaning mechanisms, though.
Yeah, but how would that work?
I'm not the scientist.
Yeah. It's not like a self-cleaning oven. You turn it up and it just bakes everything out.
Why not? Because in the oven, just a power of electronics.
Silicone, it would probably just melt.
Well, I mean, in the oven, but at the you break it all down, an oven is just like a bunch of wires and metal, right?
Yeah.
That cleans itself. So
See,
silicone.
I want to see on her business reports and her financial statements how she depreciates them.
I want to see what the turnover looks like. I want to see how often she buys new dolls.
Yeah. I mean, not that I'm going to invest, but
Hey, now time out because if it's making money,
yeah, that's true. It would be.
yeah,
it probably would be a sound investment.
Because it's based on curiosity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would invest in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be the next thing.
There we go.
The Life Radio Show sex dolls. That's going to be. I'm going to offer to
You
my
should bring one
guests
in. You should bring one in.
$101 an hour.
You should bring one in.
Yeah.
Keep them up
Probably
under the desk.
Yeah. Keep them above the desk.
Under the desk.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
Under
have
the
to keep
desk.
them under the desk.
Oh.
Otherwise, there'd be absolutely no point in having them.
Right.
Ed, we're going to have to wrap it up on
Let's
this.
wrap
now.
it up. Let's wrap it up.
It's been great having you. It's been a really fun show. We've
Yes, sir.
we've pretty
Thanks for
much
having me.
solved most of the world problems.
We have.
Because,
From
like I
tarantulas
said,
To
build
frogs,
a wall, eat a tarantula,
tumbleweeds,
put frogs on your boobs,
Walden
and,
Pond.
pee in the pond. That's
There you
don't pee in the pool.
Don't pee in the pool. Pee in the pond.
If you're going to wear frog bikini, actually skin the frogs.
Skin
Don't
it.
just
Skin it.
glue them on like pasties.
Skin it.
Skip.
Yep.
Build a wall
Build
to
a wall.
divert your tumbleweeds,
Because that's a hazard. Yep.
or just at least build a fence.
Because it's gonna cost the government to maintain.
Right. Yeah. Get everybody out, because you got all the service guys out there trying to get you out of your house when you're blocked in by tumbleweeds.
You're right. And then you got
It's
speaking of service members, you got the dino.
Yep. You got the don't take your oath with the dinosaur.
Do not do that.
That's a sure way to get kicked out.
Yep.
But anyway, that's all we have time for. Ed, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Don.
We weren't able to get another guest to come on, but that's their own problem.
That is.
Because they missed out.
And the king didn't call in today.
The king did not call in today,
So
but yeah. It's a little disappointing. Yeah. I haven't heard from him in several weeks.
Yeah.
Actually, so hopefully all
He's
is
doing
well.
Yeah.
Hopefully all
Well, they
is
got that
well.
new movie coming out too, so he's busy.
There's another one coming out?
Yeah.
I haven't-
Infinity War.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Black Panther yet.
Are you serious?
I don't get to movies much.
How? He's one of your biggest fans.
I know,
Right here.
and I feel bad. I will have to buy the movie as soon as it's
The
available.
Blu-ray. Get it on Blu-ray. Pre-order.
Well, I don't have a Blu-ray player, because I'm cheap. And I have
Gift
the
it to
ballparks.
somebody. You can be a gift.
Oh, okay. So buy it and give it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fan. So
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Keep
Ed.
it in mind. That was
All
a
right.
Hollywood note.
Thanks for listening in. I hope we all learned something today, because I know I sure didn't. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks for listening to the Life Podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment's podcast network. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email us at thelife1069@gmail.com.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Hey, for 35 cents a day, you can save a starving Egyptian.